All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one, we're going to talk about the Tesla Model Y inventory and how it is starting to go down. Vehicles are starting to sell and what actually might happen in the very near future for the Tesla Model Y pricing that could potentially happen. Plus a bunch of different topics, including Tesla just updated their website, massive price cuts for Tesla, but Tesla still hold value. And it seems like Tesla might have stopped model orders for a certain model. We'll get into it. But before we get into any of that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get the best Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the best credit unions and interest rates and banks out there. Some of them as low as 2.99 to 3.7%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got David, Ben. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Jeff Lutz on Twitter. Quote, Tesla inventory, Model Y down again. The Model Tesla will build 3-to-1 this quarter is approaching zero inventory. Zero inventory is far worse than being slightly high, as stockouts slow sales velocity. Tesla may have to raise prices. Hat tip to Tesla data, which of course, if you recognize this screenshot, this is Matt Jung's inventory chart that we constantly take a look at, that we look at all the time. And of course, this right here on the screen right now is all of Tesla inventory aggregated together, which is on the increase, which is on the up and up. But of course, that's Model 3, Model Y, S, and X. But jumping to Model Y specifically, inventory is starting to trend downwards and downwards. And this is of course because if you don't know what just happened very, very recently, there was a massive $3,000 price discount across the board on all of the Model Y trims. So of course that's Model Y long range all-wheel drive, Model Y standard range all-wheel drive with 279 miles, and of course the Model Y performance at 53,990. So of course, most of you out there, a lot of you, myself included, think that this is a very awesome deal at the price points that are at. And of course, if you stack on the $7,500 federal tax credit that you see right here in the top right hand of the screen, that brings the vehicle price, if you factor it in, much, much less. And of course, if you use financing partners like Tenet down below in the description, where you can offset or even defer that $7,500 to federal tax credit to the end or out of the loan, and then that nets you a lower monthly payment. So that can really result in a very substantially lower monthly payment. So check it out. Tenet link down below in the description. But, this is what we see. This is what usually happens. Tesla inventory, especially the Model Y, because of these price discounts, because more people feel like it's a better deal, it will swing up and down. So this is what I can tell you. This is what's happened in the past, taking a look at these most recent, roller coasters, as we can call it, on the graphs. When inventory would spike up, that would be because there was a lot of Model Y inventory that was Model Y standard range, all-wheel drive coming into the mix. But it looks like that there's a little bit of something else that's going on right now, because right now, if we take a look at the trim model mix for the Tesla Model Y, we see long range, 116 vehicles in stock, Model Y all-wheel drive, 61 vehicles in stock. But this could be because we know there's something that Tesla does a little bit differently in terms of vehicles shown onto the website. They really only show one configuration of one vehicle per location on the website. And to think about this a little bit more, the Model Y long range has a little bit more configurations than what the Model Y could have in full. So I'll explain what that means. So the Model Y long range, if that theory is correct, which we do know, they only show one configuration of one type of vehicle sell at one per location. Well, the Model Y long range, because there's slightly more options than the Model Y all-wheel drive, and really the biggest one that could double the count is the 7-seat interior. On the Model Y long range, you of course can get the 7-seat interior, which gives you those extra seats, and it costs a staggering $4,000, which could be a good price or it could be a not price, depending on what you're thinking. But the Model Y all-wheel drive standard range does not allow you to get the 7-seat interior. So if you think about it this way, that gives you what, that many combinations more that you could be showing onto the website. And so that could be why there are basically, as we can see on the screen here, double the amount of long-range all-wheel drives available for sale that are posted onto the website versus the Model Y all-wheel drive. So I don't know, whatever, take that for whatever it's worth, but it seems like what is happening is that Tesla Model Y inventory only starts to spike up when we see Model Y all-wheel drive production come out from Giga Austin, all these different factories. And that could be what is going on right now. We're just seeing it at a little bit less aggressive or downslope or upslope matter here because people are actually going to keep buying them. But if we keep seeing this go lower and lower with inventory starting to decrease at a more rapid pace, then we could certainly see some sort of price increase that Jeff Lutz could be talking about. And we've talked about this yesterday, Tesla's upcoming price increase and, what might happen. And, Tesla, we do know, looks at production inventory all the time. And in the past, they have done subtle price increases once they know or see that people are starting to buy vehicles. They'll increase it a little bit just to maybe mess with pricing to give this illusion that the vehicle is hot and so more people could potentially take a delivery. We don't know. It's all speculation at this point. But the last time this happened, that of course was the massive price cut, $13,000 from $65,000 down to, or $66,000 down to $53,000, a massive $13,000 price cut. And not later, only like 10 days, 11 days later, Tesla increased the price of only the Model Y all-wheel drive version up $500. And then a few weeks after that, they increased it another $1,500 for a full $2,000 higher than the massive low price of $52,990. And so of course right now it's priced at $49,990. It's like basically $50,000, and it does qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax rate, so you really have nothing to be worried about that. But I do recommend, if you are in the market to buy a vehicle, please try and wait till June if you can, because that's the end of the second quarter. But at the same time, you should lock in your pricing, because that way you'll get protected against any sort of price increases that Tesla might do in the near future. So throw in an order, lock it in, and then just try and stall as much as you can. But there's a certain point where Tesla might not allow you to stall past a certain point as well. But I've always recommended, if you need a vehicle ASAP, super quick, like today or even this next coming week or even this weekend, because another thing that could be happening right now with this inventory going down with the Tesla Model Y is, you got to remember, it is the last week of the month right now. And in traditional dealership legacy automotive sales, the last week is definitely the highest amount of action and traction that they're going to sell a lot of different vehicles. And so maybe if we're thinking macroly around what could be going on in the market, maybe people are going to dealerships trying to buy the vehicle, they're giving up, and then they say, oh yeah, there's a Tesla right there. Let's go try them out and see what could happen if they can sell me a car at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you need to 100% buy a vehicle today, definitely go to waitingfortesla.com. It's a third-party aggregator site which links you down to tesla.com, so you can then go ahead and reserve it. It's just a little bit of an easier way to see all the different discounted vehicles and where they're at. Like this one right here on the screen, it's a Tesla Model Y long range all-wheel drive, blue with black interior, amazing color combo. I love that color combo. 5-seater, and it has a $1,280 discount. So if you click the reserve button, it takes you to the Tesla website, and then you can give Tesla your money and purchase the vehicles. So, this is a fantastic option. I've literally had almost this exact combo, except it was a performance. And if I were to do it again, I've thought about this a little bit, I would probably get performance again. And maybe switch out or swap out the 21-inch rims. But the biggest thing I'm probably waiting for, like personally, if the Model Y comes out with air suspension, OEM, and stock, I might consider getting another Model Y because it just really is the best value vehicle, dollar for dollar, size for size. Model X is nice, but I don't know if it's really worth the higher price at the end of it, unless you've got a huge family, kids, and all that stuff. Or even the Model X Plaid is definitely, it's just a cool vehicle, and you get the 6 seats and all that stuff, but definitely a very cool vehicle. But we're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, water break. Thanks for joining in, everybody. We've got Paul Provoke. Your username, I want to say it, but I won't. Deepak, thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, of course. We've got a couple different topics that we can run through, and then we'll of course get into the live stream comments, because that's the benefit, right? You can come in here, ask anything you want, and we will address it. And also, there's a lot of people out there in the community that loves helping each other out with the correct answer as well. So we'll talk about it. We'll jump in, but if you're just joining in, this next topic, Tesla inventory has reached an all-new high. And quote from this article, pointing to that price cuts are not working. And on top of that, Tesla just updated their website. They updated some verbiage and a new part of it. So maybe they are hurting just a little bit. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the best Tesla buying guide out there that has interest rates and links to all the banks and credit unions that have as low as 2.99 to 3.7%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. But let us get into this. Shout out to Electric for posting this article. Tesla inventory reaches new high, which we actually talked about yesterday, and pointing to that price cuts, quote, are not working. So of course, if you didn't know what happened very, very recently, basically a week ago, right, when we were in Japan last Thursday, because Tesla loves doing the price cuts on Thursday, and guess what today is? It's Thursday. So we're definitely going to be pointing out and watching around, because usually we've followed the pattern. They release it at 9 o'clock Pacific, because that's 12 o'clock Eastern time. So we will be definitely waiting around just to see if prices will actually change. But anyway, so according to the article, prices were cut by over 20%. And of course, this was like the 5th, 6th, so much price cuts this year and all this different stuff. And so taking a look at it, you can see here, these charts look exactly, yep, they're from Matt Jung, in which inventory across the Model 3, S, and X are pushing all Tesla vehicle inventory to a new high. And so we're starting to see massive discounts across the board, across on the Model S and X, but really not so much on the Model 3 and a little bit on the Model Y. But you can see that there's a bunch of different inventory that's actually getting posted to the website. But the one thing that stuck out to here that I really liked here, this first comment from David Parish, quote, everyone talks about the inventory and Tesla price cuts, but where's the context? What does demand look like for other automakers? And I can tell you, we keep our eye open. We always want to see what the best deal is out there. A lot of other automakers are probably having the same exact problem. With inventory starting to pile up and deals are starting to happen, because here is an example. I like going to Lease Hacker. If you don't know what website this is, it's basically a collective, a forum of people out there that want to get the best lease payment. And I was taking a look out there to see what are some of the deals out there, and it seems like the EQS, the Mercedes EQS, are in any electric vehicle on the Mercedes line, including the EQB, are massively getting discount, anywhere from 10 to 15% off, which if an MSRP is $50K, if an MSRP is $100K, that can be anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 off the price of the vehicle. So we give Tesla a lot of flack. You just dropped the price $3,000, you just dropped the price another $13,000, but all these other OEMs, all these other manufacturers are also kind of doing the same thing. We just don't see the headlines at the end of the day, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Shout out to Electric for posting this article. I did notice though, I don't know if you all have noticed, that Tesla did update their homepage on their website. Now, when you go to it, you've got this cool, fancy graphic with this guy yelling at you for accelerating, and it says, "Experience Tesla. Schedule a demo drive today." And if you haven't done this, I actually went through this whole process. I filled out the whole information and I went to go test drive a vehicle early on in the days before I bought my first Tesla, before I bought the first Model 3. And I went to go drive it. It was a pretty cool experience. Definitely, I do try to give the caveat to everyone looking to buy a Tesla or any electric vehicle. That first time you drive an electric vehicle is going to be very weird because we're not used to that at all. We're not used to the smoothness, no vibration in the cabin or anything like that. So it feels a little bit weird, almost like a spaceship or anything, but you get used to it on top of that. But the other things I've noticed with the Tesla website, if they've updated the 7,000 or up to 7,500 federal tax rate for the Model 3 and the Model Y, it kind of just says like a blanket up to right here at the top. If you switch to the Model Y side, it says 7,500 federal tax rate available for the Model Y. If you switch to the Model 3 side, it says 3,750 to 7,500 tax credit. And of course, if you switch it to Model S, it says the 3 years of free supercharging, and the same thing for the Model X. So it seems like people that were able to lock in a lower price for the Model S than the X before it recently got price increase, and now they get the free supercharging. Seems like that it was a very good deal at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking down below in the comments or in the live stream. But we're going to get into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you are interested. Water break. Thanks for jumping in, everyone. If you are jumping in, Tesla Model Y inventory is on the downward trend. And so, just FYI, I'm going to tell you exactly what happens when we saw this last time. Tesla did a price increase. You can see it right here. They did it. They dropped the price initially in January 12th, $13,000. And within 11 to 10 days later, they upped it $500. And so actually that was on April 23rd as well. And January 23rd as well. And today is April 27th. So maybe we're going to see a price increase tonight. That could be a crazy prediction if that happens. But let me know what you think. Do you think the Tesla Model Y price is going to go up? And if it does, when do you think that's going to happen? Because if I was a betting man, I would say maybe 50-50 shot that it's going to be happening tonight. And so we put a poll on the channel. We put it this morning. Model Y pricing. What do you think will happen? 54% said Tesla will decrease the price more. 24%, 1 in 4 people said Tesla will increase the price, and 16% said the price will stay the same. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts. Do you think the price is going to go up or it's going down in the near future, in the near 1 to 2 months or something like that? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. In this next topic, we're going to talk about the Tesla model vehicles and how there was massive price cuts, as we know, $13,000, $3,000 and all that stuff. But Teslas, surprisingly and actually kind of weirdly, still hold value. Sometimes, even though these price cuts just happen, a lot of these vehicles are still holding a lot of value at the markets in a bunch of different areas. So I'll show you some data that shows that the Tesla Model Y, especially 2022s, are still selling at a very high valuation for no reason at all. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, where you can get access to the best Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the credit unions and banks as low as 2.99 to 3.7%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. So let us get into this. Shout out to Inside EV's headline: despite price cuts, Teslas hold better value than most luxury cars, says a study. 5 rounds of price cuts since January of 2023, including some huge reductions. Of course, that's the $3,000 one, the $13,000 one, $2,000 one, all of them. And it's still not enough to put a Tesla behind the rivals. So taking a look at this, you can see there's some average depreciation, and we've kind of known about this for a while. And we can always factor this into the cost analysis over the 5-year and stuff like that. But I really try and not use this because this is something, most people keep their car for 5 years or more. And so you don't want to kind of base it on that you're going to sell the car, because it's kind of a gamble, because like, what if, knock on wood, there's accidents, or that could really hit depreciation, all these different stuff that could be out of your control at the end of the day. But it's still good to see that all these different vehicles, Tesla is still holding the most valuation at the end of it. And it kind of makes sense, right? Tesla, because it's such a strong brand name, or it was such a strong brand name, maybe not so much with these recent price cuts, maybe it's a little bit less than before. A lot of people still want to buy a Tesla, and probably a lot of people will buy a Tesla over all these other electric vehicle brand names and models on this list you can see right here. So they compared it against the Chevy Bolt, Nissan Leaf, Toyota Prius Prime, which that's a great car, Chevy Bolt, Hyundai Kona, and the Mustang Mach-E. And so it kind of makes sense. I mean, a lot of people, as much as they probably hate on Tesla, it's still a great value, especially with the new price, especially with the $7,500 tax credit. There's still a lot of hype, and not everybody, I guess, gets into the weeds like we do here, and with all the different pricing dynamics, tax credits, and all that stuff. They probably see the car, they buy it, and they drive off and be on their way. But the one thing I noticed, which is really, really weird, and that's why I try, whenever people ask me, hey Dennis, like Model 3 or Model Y or Model Y or Model X, I always say the Model Y is the best valued vehicle out there because of depreciation, value, dollar for dollar, and all that stuff. And I noticed something that was really weird. So right here, we take a look on the screen, the Tesla Model Y, you can see it starts at $47,000, Model Y long range $49,000 or $49,990, which is basically $50,000. And most people qualify for this $7,500 federal tax credit, even though there's a lot of people that qualify, they don't think they qualify, they still qualify for at least a benefit of this. But even though, so right now it's $50,000 for a Model Y long range, it was just recently like $52,000, $53,000, maybe even $55,000 for the price. But taking a look at the used auction side, and you can see right here, this is Manheim auction reports. You can't get access to this unless you have a dealer login. And so you can see right here, we've got it plugged in, 2022 Tesla Model Y long range, pretty standard stuff, right? That's a vehicle that was sold a lot in volume last year and the years before, especially through 2022. And what this is, what Manheim actually is a report that you can see actual transactions, wholesale, of course, from dealer to dealer, and then those dealers buy it, they recondition or whatever, and then they resell it to the next person or private seller, or they sell to a customer and things like that. But taking a look at some of the numbers down here at the bottom of transactions that just happened literally just yesterday. We've got a one Tesla Model Y 2022. So remind you now, this is a 1-year-old, almost 2-year-old vehicle at this point, with 875 miles, sold for $51,000. And you got to think here, a dealer's only buying it because they're going to go and sell it to the next person, right? For another one, $48,000 with 10,000 miles. Another one, $46,000 with 8,000 miles on it. And so you got to think here, this is really weird, right? Because the price of these vehicles, they're right now at $50,000. And if you factor in the $7,500 tax rate, that brings you down to like 42, 43. Yes, sure, there's fees on top of that, DMV fees that you can't avoid. So that brings it to like $44,000, $45,000 for a base vehicle. And it's really good to see that these vehicles at auction wholesale are still transacting in the high 40s. And this $51,000 one is not an anomaly at all. You can see 51, a bunch of them down here, all pretty much higher in the high range. So, and then if we switch it to 2023, which probably a lot of you are buying right now. And if you're wondering, like, are you going to lose a lot of money? Probably not, especially if you have the current price that is posted out there. You can see anywhere from $51 to $52 to $53,000. These vehicles are very, very still in demand, because I think what is happening here, and I guess it makes sense, but I'm not really sure. I guess people who don't qualify for the $7,500 federal tax rate, or people that are misinformed and they don't realize they qualify for the $7,500 tax rate, they think buying a used one will save them a little bit of money. And so that's why they go to the dealer lots and private lots and things like that, try and buy one. So maybe that makes sense. And so why there's still so much demand on the Manheim side, maybe that's what I'm thinking, but it's still interesting at the end of the day why, even though Tesla did massive price cuts across the board, and they will probably continue to do massive price cuts across the board, Tesla still hold better value than other luxury cars at the end of the day. And we see this as a fact through the auction values, through all this different data that we can see of people, dealers, and wholesalers still buying Teslas at high elevated levels. Usually when I see this, when I run this for like any other vehicle, 1 year, 2 years later, you're going to see 10, 20%, maybe even 30% depreciation from MSRP. But that's just not the case, I guess, right now in April for Tesla. If Tesla whacks off another $5,000, then who knows what could potentially happen in the next few months or even weeks. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. I saw, sales tax, definitely a factor in that for sure. But this is wholesale to wholesale. So let's say, for instance, someone's buying a dealer is buying this for $53,500. They're going to resell it, I don't know, for $55,000. Either way, the person that's buying it, they either got to look at a new one at 55 or a new one at, I don't know what price it is, or a used one from that dealer that bought this one and resold it for 55, and they're going to pay sales tax regardless on both of them. So unless these are just dealers buying it for themselves, but that usually doesn't make sense, because Manheim is usually like wholesale to wholesale, business to business, to then resell to customers, and customers pay sales tax whichever vehicle they're buying it from, whether it's from Tesla or other dealers out there. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Water break. If you're just joining in, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Tesla Model Y inventory is down again, according to Jeff Lutz, but actually according to MattJung.net. Of course, Matt Jung has all the best inventory charts out there, and you can see Tesla Model Y is the hottest vehicle. It's selling, inventory is going down, and people are buying them at a more rapid pace than production. And so what could be happening here? What could be happening in the near future? We could easily see it, because Tesla has done it in the past. They did a $500 increase very quickly from a price drop. We could easily see that happening in the very near future, maybe even tonight even. So we will see, because Tesla really likes Thursdays for some reason. Maybe they'll wait a week and do it a Thursday after that, but we'll definitely see. Let's see what we got here. We got more topics, but I hope everyone is well. But in this next topic, we're going to quickly pivot to Tesla Cybertruck. And of course, most of you probably saw those spy shots out there recently, but just in case you didn't, we will take a look at. And on top of that, Tesla has seemed to open up the ordering for the Tesla Cybertruck. So you can actually take a look. You can try and order one, but really you can only order one to place a quick deposit. You actually cannot order it. And of course, pricing for some reason still hasn't been released at all, but we'll jump into it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Okay, if you have not been to the Tesla website recently, to the Tesla Cybertruck page, you can actually go to it and see right here that you can actually click order. So of course, shout out to the Kilowatts for actually pointing this out. He actually noticed, and of course has a bunch of orders in the queue, that the Tesla Cybertruck ordering page is now actually live up. And this was really funny to me, but the Kilowatts has 53 reservations for for Tesla Cybertrucks with the S plural. And so definitely some crazy stuff. I know for a while that Tesla had removed that ordering page for whatever reason. They definitely removed pricing for Tesla Cybertruck because maybe they don't want people to get stuck to that, but definitely some cool stuff. So, let me know, are you ordering a Tesla Cybertruck? It's $100. It's fully refundable, not that crazy of a commitment, but this is potentially coming out very, very soon. I mean, summer, which is fastly approaching, and Tesla and Elon on their most recent earnings call said that Tesla Cybertruck delivery event would be at like the late Q3, which late Q3 to me sounds, what's your thoughts? Of course, in case you missed it, the Tesla Cybertruck was spotted near Fremont again, and this time it was spotted near Fremont factory near a bicyclist, so we could see kind of the spec on it, and it definitely looks very menacing, that is for sure. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. It's going to be rolling on the road more, and it's probably got a lot of brand value and hype and recognition, so it's going to sell like hotcakes. But hopefully the pricing won't get too aggressive, won't be too painful, and hopefully they come in close to what they initially said, which was like anywhere from $39,000 to $69,000. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments actually. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, if you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla Model Y inventory is going down, and I potentially think a price increase is coming in the near future. So let me know what your thoughts, and do you agree? Paul, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Provoke, price increases are probably coming soon. Yeah, exactly. Picked up my Model Y yesterday. I love it. Congrats to you. Congrats on picking it up. If any of you out there have just bought a Tesla or have one on order, definitely check out our Tesla part accessories down below in the description if you want to support the channel. We've got really good interior accessories. We got a Jawa, really good interior accessories with a nice phone mount. We've got Tesloid and MAGBAK. MAGBAK has a really good premium OEM phone mount, and we have 3D Mats USA. If you're looking for premium floor mats, definitely check out 3D Mats USA. We've got a set here, and they're shipping me another one, so definitely check it out. All these links are, of course, down below in the description as well. Deepak, order Model Y performance at a low price for $105. Do you think it will go lower? Model inventory is crazy right now on high on X right now. I think it will go lower, Deepak, maybe by even June. Prices are definitely not rising again, going to keep going down. Arturo, I think so too. I think Tesla's going to do this like mini roller coaster thing. They're going to go up, and then they're going to go down, and then up, and then down. And then it's going to like a dead cat bounce, right? That's what we call the stock. It's up, and then down, up, and down, up, like this, up, and then down. Oh, wait, not up, and then down. Oh, okay, sorry. But yeah, just like dead cat bounce. I don't believe so. Model Y, white on, white out, 19-inch rims is not getting built more often. Any thoughts? Maybe just switch to performance. That's if you're looking for EDD hacks on the channel, we've definitely made some videos about some. Definitely check it out on the channel. But switching to performance is one. Switching to inductions could be another. So definitely check it out. Inventory fell from 680 to 290 though. Yeah, demand is 100% there. Or, is Tesla manipulating something on the website or things like that? So, but I agree. Yeah, Tesla Model Y, it is the best car, it's the most in demand car, and it's the best value dollar for dollar vehicle out there. Family rather spend $50K for a much bigger SUV. Yeah, 100%. I mean, there are other vehicles, gas vehicles, where if you spend $50K, you're going to get a much bigger SUV. So it's a pros and cons, I guess, at the end of the day. You get 7,500 credit, though. A long range is a low $40K car. Yeah, I would say the true price point, if we ever get down to, I mean, we could potentially get there. Like, what if the Model Y starts at what, $40,000 and then $7,500 federal tax credit? Who knows, right? The true recession hasn't started yet. Wait until the election and China invade Taiwan. So the price is going down 100%. Yeah, if that happens, then hold on for dear life. Should I wait to order my Model 3? Yes, you might as well should. Definitely like wait until June at least. So if you can go out without buying a Tesla and you have another type of transportation, then definitely wait on getting a Model Model 3 at the end. Right? Inventory is at its highest. I think the Model Y is going up 500 and again 1500. I think so too. Then once the demand slows down, they'll cut it again. Yeah, Provoke. I would say that it probably is a great prediction. Dennis, when will the 7,500 incentive end? When I got my Model Y in March, the reps told me it will end in April. You should be good. Model Y 7,500 incentive is going to go probably all the way until December. Next year, the battery restrictions and manufacturing restrictions get a little stricter. So who knows by next year, but you're definitely good till the end of 2023, just like Provoke said. Yeah, so that's the benefit. I love this. Like when you guys can come in here, you can ask questions and the community will then go and support. Really, Provoke will come in and drop all the knowledge. So we don't have to. So it's perfect. Love it. Don't forget the sales tax after all. Yes, 100%. Wookiees, thank you for coming in. Welcome back. Good evening, all. You have a check mark on this side, so I wonder what that actually means. But thanks for coming in, 30 and wake up. Thanks for coming in. I hope hopefully you're getting a lot of value from this, and let me know if you have any questions. 2023.12.11 is on my Model Y. It is currently installing as I watch this channel. Nice. Congrats. Nice shot. Nice. Congrats on picking up a Tesla Model Y and enjoy it in good health. All right, in this next topic, Tesla has mysteriously stopped all orders for the Model S and the Model X in this market. And of course, this market is Australia. But I guess I'm trying to post this video and see what's out there to see what people are speculating on what this could mean. But it's very interesting, especially because I know this market also had a price decrease. So we'll definitely jump into it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the best Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the credit unions and banks as low as 2.99 to 3.7%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. But let us get into this. So shout out to Tesla North. Tesla mysteriously pauses the Model S and Model X orders in Australia. So it looks like if you go to the Tesla Australia website, you literally cannot buy the Model S or the Model X, and you have to click like a get updates button, which probably gets you onto some email list or anything like that. But that's really interesting because I do know that the Model Y and the Model 3 just had a most recent price cut most recently. So I wonder if this is because they've got shipping issues from the American market, because that's where most of the Model S's and X's are coming. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff that Australia, Tesla Australia specifically, has paused the Model S and the Model X ordering for this market, because this is what we know. I mean, we know for sure that Tesla has issues with Model S and Model X, especially in the American market. You can see right here on the screen, 342 Model S is available right now. And if you switch to Model X, the number gets way higher, 1,031 vehicles. Of course, all these vehicles in the United States get free supercharging for 3 years. And if you trade in an unlimited mile supercharged Model S or Model X, you get 6 years of free supercharging through the Tesla owner loyalty department. So crazy stuff across the board. I mean, Tesla just increased the price of the Model S and Model X, and now they've stopped selling it in the Australia market or paused it. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. What do you think what's going on here? But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is the Patreon link, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Water break. Is the Model Y going to go down in June? I think so. Well, I don't know if the price is going to go down. I mean, it may. I mean, Tesla really only has like 4 moves in the book, right? Price drop, free supercharging, incentives, which is like option credit, and demo discounts. I don't really think that's it. I mean, they need to get more creative. Like, I would love to see like use Tesla financing plus Tesla insurance, and I don't know, trade into Tesla, get 3.99%. I mean, that's what they need to do. They need to start a trade in up program where they give they give benefits to loyalty. So like trade in all these people with Model 3, jump into a model. I guess it's tough because I guess the Model Y is such a hot car. So like it's not like they need more Model Y sales yet. But Model 3, no one's going to go from an old Model 3 to the current Model 3 because a new Model 3 is on the cusp with the Highland. So you can't really incentivize people there either. And so, yeah, I guess you would just kind of get them to trade up to a Model S and X, but that's a big trade up. But maybe not. I mean, there's probably people out there that bought the first Model 3 because you got to remember when the first Model 3 came out, it was a 49 to $54,000 car. So that's pretty expensive. So maybe they could trade up to a Model S. Maybe not. Maybe not. Can I get 2 tax credits every year if I buy 2 eligible cars this year? Dennis, nice name. Talk to a CPA because I will tell you, people have done it. People close to me that have done it. So, maybe it's possible, maybe it's not, but consult an CPA before you go and do it. You spend a bunch of money and then you don't get the full benefit. Does the Model Y build come with the Harpin motor? No idea. Thursday, maybe, yes, who knows? Up and down with inventory and pricing. Yes, 100%. I mean, today is Thursday. That's when we know all the price. It goes down on Thursday for sure in terms of price adjustments. And so we could easily see something happening. And on a side note, I saw this posted by Sorry Merit. I thought this was really nice and really cool that he actually put this or commissioned this together or figured out and posted this. Quote, I don't think most people realize how good of a Tesla Model Y all-wheel drive is, so I made a brief video. And so you can see right here in the video, we've got Tesla Model Y starts at $39,490. Of course, this is factoring the $7,500 federal tax credit. It's even less if you have, of course, the 2000 CVRP or this, that, and another. And you can see he's comparing it to all these other competitors out there, hybrid, plug-in, and even electric vehicle. And Tesla Model Y beats them all in terms of pricing. So, definitely a good value and a good deal, especially at this current price point. But who knows? Tesla could keep dropping the price even more and more and more. So we shall see in the near future in the next few months as we run through the end of this second quarter, because maybe Tesla, hopefully they're going to hit their number. Hopefully, everything will be fine. But if they need more sales, they could drop it even more. But I mean, we've been saying this for a while. Tesla Model Y is a great value vehicle and it's priced pretty well right now. And so that's why we're seeing a lot of inventory for the Tesla Model Y side starting to go down and down and down. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for jumping in. Definitely check out the Tesla part accessories discount codes down below in the description if you want to save some money. Definitely thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hitting the comments. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.